Well, here we are 1 week later. There is some improvements based on how fast the algae is growing back. That's the one thing I can tell. And you also may notice that there's right there in the corner, there's now a green machine or green killing machine UV sterilizer. The sand itself, after cleaning that up, it looks like it's not coming back on the sand at least. So we've got that going for us. But now it's sort of like a stringy formation on the rocks. I don't know if this is also dinos on top of the cyano, which could be the reason why I have issues keeping my nitrates up more than 0. It's always bottoms out at 0 by itself. I have to add some liquid nitrogen. Phosphates usually stay at a normal pace, 0.01. So I don't have an issue with that. Another thing is, don't mind the corals right now. They are just opening up. Lights are just starting to ramp up to max. And speaking of lights, I did also reduce the intensity of the lights. I'm kind of going back and forth on if I should reduce the photo period as well. I don't know if, just let me know if you guys think I should do that as well. It might help. Right now I have them on for 6 hours at max intensity, and then it's 2 hours in the beginning and end as a ramp up and ramp down. I don't think it's too long, but I just think I may have had the intensity too high up. I was kind of pushing the boundary there, and that may have contributed to it, along with the other issues like my lack of nutrients, nitrates, etc. Here's what I'm going to be dosing for. This is what I've been using. It's been working great in keeping the nitrates up. It was recommended to me on the forums. It's the CCAM, if it focuses, nitrogen. So on top of the skimmer that's going right now, it is what it is. It's just the air stone skimmer. I threw in the UV sterilizer I had laying around, the green killing machine. That was something I picked up at Petco like a year ago. I had only briefly used it, didn't really see a need for it, so it's been sitting in the closet for a while, and I thought, let's just throw it in the mix. Might as well give it all we got. To address a couple things from my first video I posted on here about this tank, not the first one, but the close-up shots I had before all this happened. About a week after dosing the vibrant, and I don't know if this directly has to do with the vibrant itself or the fact that the nutrients were stripped by it, my bubble tip melted within a week, and I believe that's the only thing I lost. Yeah, that would be the only thing I did lose. Surprisingly, my maximum clam has been going strong. Otherwise, this is where we are, and I'll try to update one more time, or I'll just keep trying to update this until we resolve this issue. I am going to need to go buy some more salt, and then I was also recommended to go pick up some cerith, I think that's how you say it, cerith snails. They're much better at sifting things around. They're smaller, so you can get between the rocks and the hard to reach areas. My original 2 trochus snails are still alive and kicking for after a year, as well as my 3 blue leg hermits, but I am very light on a cleanup crew, as you can tell. Everyone else is happy, and let's hope this resolves itself. It might take a few weeks, maybe a couple months, maybe even a few months to completely get rid of this stuff, but I still want to figure out if this is also dinos on top of cyano, because I don't think I've seen cyano get that stringy. You'll see it in the close-ups, but that's where we are. And to conclude or recap what we're doing so far, we added the UV sterilizer. We're doing normal water changes, scheduled water changes, and making sure we're manually siphoning out any algae there is, any cyano or whatever the algae it is. Having a hard time identifying whether it could also be dinos. We are adding the nutrients, the nitrates, to elevate them a little because they keep bottoming out at 0, and I do know those cause some issues as well. And maybe that'll allow other algae to outcompete whatever is in there right now. I would rather have green hair algae than this mess, honestly. It's a little easier to maintain for me, in my experience. The skimmer I'm keeping clean, making sure it's running efficiently. I did up the flow on my power head a little bit more, just to give some more turbulence, get some more flow down into the substrate. I hope that will help mitigate any growth we're getting. I'm also going to add some more cleanup crew because we are light on that. As I spoke about, I'm gonna try to see if I could find some Cereus snails at my local fish shop. They should have a bunch. And I don't know if I should add more hermit crabs or not. I do have a lot of different shells in there, just of every size, just so they don't fight the snails, and that has worked for the past year. They've never touched any of my Trocha snails or my 2 snails. So that's about it, and I'm gonna try to keep updating you guys once a week on this tank, see where we go from there. If you guys have any suggestions, please comment. Anything would help. You know, I think if I attack this from different angles all at once, it should be an easy victory over the algae. So if you guys like the video, please consider subscribing for more, and I'll see you guys at the next update. Thank you.